Hello everybody and welcome to week 2 of the ENC Draft League. Last week we got a win versus my friend Colin. That brings me to 1-0 and him to 0-1, unfortunately for him, but fortunately for me. There were a lot of 2-0 victories in the league. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So yeah, all but these last two with the tall one and NC. This was actually a crazy game because his opponent didn't have Terra types, but then that ended up working out because then he had offensive Terra Normal Mousehold, which got like a surprise one-hit KO on like multi-scale Dragonite or something crazy. That was a great match to watch. But yeah, this week we're playing against iLuvBokos, who unfortunately is down here 0-1. But I mean, that's week 1. You know, whatever can happen can happen. Let's take a look at his team. He also has made waivers since then, because he had the Hatterene here in his A tier slot, which can't really reach its full potential outside of Psychic Terrain. He doesn't have an Indeedee on the team. He got the other normal Psychic type, Photograph, which also blocks priority. Unfortunately, it does not allow Hatterene to use that powerful expanding force that it likes to. So he swapped it for Arcanine. I think it adds a bit of like well-roundedness to the team, whereas before it was kind of all Trick Room. But now the Arcanine, and he's also swapped his Swampert, which is a very slow water type, for a nice quick one to give him some speed outside Trick Room. Speaking of Trick Room, he has two setters here with the Farigiraf and Mimikyu, both very reliable setters. This can't be faked out. This one's a ghost type, so this can't be faked out either. Basically, with Mental Herb and then fake out support from Hariyama, Mimikyu always gets up Trick Room. Like, there's literally nothing you can do to stop it, except for putting a Covert Cloak onto a mon that has Trick Room Imprison, or using a Ghost type Trick Room Imprison. But then you're stuck with a Trick Room Imprison mon on the field, and you can't really leverage it. And then if it's a Ghost type, it's weak to Mimikyu's Ghost type attacks. So it's a bit of a dicey position. He has his Ursaluna, which can hit incredibly hard. Goodra can set up with Shelter or Iron Defense, I guess it's the same thing. And then Body Press, very scary. This provides healing for some of these bulky attackers, like this guy, and this guy. This is a setup sweeper with Contrary Superpower, and then Leaf Blade, and then whatever else it wants to do. Leech Life, I think, has to heal. Intimidate Mon, the meme pick, and then a Trick Room attacker. Actually, it's really slow, and it hits pretty hard. Very scary team. And I guess I wouldn't say I have like the worst Trick Room matchup. I've definitely had teams that have worse Trick Room matchups. I've had teams that have 0 mons that learn Trick Room, whereas this one has at least 2 that I can Trick Room Imprison with if I want. I've also had teams with only a single taunt Pokemon, whereas this one I've got a couple. These guys both get it. This guy probably gets it, and maybe this guy gets it. I don't know. But let's take a look at what I've built. We're starting off with the Overquill. This was a last-minute change. This used to be a Sinistcha with the Trick Room Imprison. Ultimately, I decided that that's not really what Sinistcha wants to be doing. It really likes to switch in and out, right? Because it wants to get that hospitality up on its teammates. And if you're Trick Room Imprison, you just kind of sit there and aren't doing that. So I decided not to do that. I've got other ways to stop the Trick Room, which is this guy, the Covert Cloak Taunt. Basically, that's my way of stopping either Mimikyu or Hatterene. Farigiraf from setting it up. I can't be faked out by the Hariyama, and I taunt the setter, essentially, right? Throat Chop is actually really fun, because into this team, hits this for super effective. This sometimes runs Hyper Voice as an attack, but it also hits this, right? That's pretty cool, is that it hits this, and it stops it from using Hyper Voice. And then with Terra Flying and Protect, I can Protect on the Blood Moon turns. He can't go for Hyper Voice, and he won't hit me with a ground type move. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but offensively, I do like the Terra Blast to hit the Hariyama, hit this guy, hit this guy. Sounds like a good time to me. And then, like, I don't really need anything else. Dark kind of hits everything else. The combination of Dark Flying hits everything. Yeah. So this is just enough attack to, I think it's 2-shot physically defensive Farigiraf with a Citrus Berry. Or maybe it's 2... Yeah, that's probably what it is, because I don't think I can get the 1-shot on Hariyama, because it's a weak move. Then I put a bunch in special defense, because he does have a lot of special attackers between this guy, this guy probably will run Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor, and then Ampharos too. Now, my main lead, I think, is going to be Basculete Legion Politoed. So we have this Choice Band, Adaptability, Wave Crash in the Rain. It's actually, like, kind of insane if we put Farigiraf in here, and then make it Water Terra, boom, and then put Basculegion in here, week 2. Wave Crash, make it in the rain, give us the Helping Hand boost from Politoed, because Politoed does have the Helping Hand, and then we Terra Water. That's insane. It kills Terra Water, max defense both for Farigiraf. So, and he's not going to ever go for Fake Out on Basculegion because it's a Ghost type prior to Terraing. That's crazy. The alternate option is let him set up the Trick Room, and then he's probably going to have a Hariyama next to it. With the Flip Turn with Helping Hand, unfortunately, if he's max defense, or even max HP, I can't guarantee it with Helping Hand, but the Helping Hand gives it to me. He'd have to be max HP and max defense, which he doesn't do. He just probably does max defense if he knows how EVs work, because max defense is better than max HP. Helping Hand Flip Turn kills the Hariyama without Terra, so it's not even a 50-50 on whether I Terra or not. If he can fake me out, he just can never fake me out. He's probably going to fake out the Politoed, but Helping Hand goes before the fake out. Kill the Hariyama. He sets up Trick Room. I'm flip turning, obviously, so then I can go to one of my slow guys, and then Politoed has Room Service. So what this does is it lowers Politoed's speed. I actually don't need this. I can just take 4 out. I don't need the extra 4. So Politoed at 67 speed. Let's put Politoed in here. At -1, it hits a stat of 44. And if we put his slowest one in, which is actually Lurantis, crazy. Oh, whoops. Lurantis, 45. So I'm slower than everything on his team. And the idea is that, I mean, I don't even need other moves. Weather Ball just hits everything like crazy strong. We put Blood Moon Ursaluna in. Can I just type in Blood Moon? Yeah, cool. Weather Ball pops it, kills it, dead. And then the idea is that he's probably going to Terra Normal on that, right? Because it's offensive and kind of defensive, removes his water weakness. So the idea that I had was, when I flip turn out, I go to Florges, which, you know, is just good on its own with Life Orb, Moonblast, Grass Knot, all that stuff. But it has the Symbiosis ability. So what's going to happen is that if he gets Trick Room up, my Room Service is going to proc. Then that's going to give me a Life Orb from Florges. And then now I have Life Orb Politoed, which can be Helping Hand boosted. And then this Terra Normal Ursaluna kills. So it's only 36 EVs. Look, Life Orb, Helping Hand, Weather Ball in the rain versus Terra Normal Ursaluna Blood Moon killed. That's crazy. And I'm slower than it in Trick Room. And I'm only slower than it in Trick Room, which is important, because if he decides not to go for the Trick Room, I don't get my speed lowered, and I'm faster than it. Even if he is, well, he'd have to be quiet, I guess. I don't think Modest actually, that's a problem, yeah. So if he's Modest, but I expect him to be min speed. Yeah, so that's really cool. Next up, we have this Hariyama, which is actually speed tying Lurantis, which is his slowest mon, but 45 base speed notably is slower than 52. It's slower than Ampharos. 55. It's slower than Farigiraf is 60. Who else does he got on the squad? Bayleaf is 60. This is 100. That's 85. I think that's 50. Yep, it's 50. Stats 60, I know, that's 96. Yeah, slower than everybody except the Lurantis, which I'm speed tied with. Let's put Blood Moon back in here. And then let's put Conkeldurr. Drain Punch with a Helping Hand is 87% chance to Oko. That's actually, like, kind of, I wish I could make it 100%, but the problem is I wanted to live this. That was more important to me. Well, I guess I can take a little bit out of Spadef. I can take Grant to 244, which lets me go up to 164. Hang on, let's see what that does. 244, 164. It's the same roll. It's the same roll. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. But even then, look, without Helping Hand, 66 into 35, guaranteed to hit KO. And I live the Blood Moon. And I'm slower than him in Trick Room. Very cool. And then last one, Gliscor. I'm kind of excited about this. This is pretty funny. No item, acrobatics for a nice, strong flying type move. If we put Gliscor in against Hariyama, dead. It kills. That's really funny. And then Lurantis gets popped. Not quite popped, but takes a ton of damage and can't really do much back to me. Arcanine gets popped, which is fun because he can't even intimidate me because I have Hyper Cutter, which is really cool. And then I've got Crab Hammer for Ursaluna. The first iteration of this had Swords Dance, but like Terra Water Crab Hammer, it's hard. It'll do like 80%. Oh, and then for Rigoraph. Not gonna do too much, but you know, acrobatics is a nice 30% to Rigoraph. Max defense if it's especially defensive, it's taking more. Quite good. That's the squad. Overall, I do think I can do better than this, but I don't think I need to. I think this is good enough to get the job done. If I had more time to prep, I probably would try and maybe whittle down one of these and just have like one bulky guy. I don't know, actually. I could also put Covert Cloak here, change this to Dual Wing Beat, and then put Taunt there, sort of consolidate these two into one Mon. I don't know. I think this is going to be good enough to get 2 wins versus Bokos. It might go to game 3, but we'll have to see. I'm not certain, but I think the Basculegion is really good here. I don't think he's going to be able have like much at all to deal with this. One thing to mention is that I also considered Mold Breaker because Mimikyu versus Basculegion, make it Mold Breaker in the rain, obliterates it, and there's nothing that he can do to stop me from just killing him, because he's not going to realize that Mold Breaker goes through disguise. Like, that is really funny. The only thing is, though, that I can't do the Farigiraf thing if I'm Mold Breaker, and I'd love to do that personally. Like, that's so to see it only does 88 to 104. I have to be adaptability to get it. I wish there was a way that I could squeeze just a little bit more damage onto this, but like Choice Band is the most that you can get. Terra Water in the rain with Helping Hand. That's the most damage you can get. So yeah, I'll consider that. I don't think there's a way to squeeze more though, because like even Politoed can't get more out of that. I don't know. We'll think about it. But that's the squad. I think it's good. I gotta think of some nicknames, but we'll hop right into the battle now. Okay. Fergarath Fairy, Blood Ursulina Ghost, Hisuian Arcanine Grass, Comfey Fairy, Mabostiff Fairy, Goodra Ghost. Okay, so not really any water type Terras. Farigiraf, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Arcanine, that. So that means that there is no Mimikyu. No Hariyama is actually pretty important. No Lurantis, no Ampharos, no Inteleon. Okay. Mabostiff is an interesting one, but I don't think it actually matters that much. I'm going to lead my rain. I'm going to bring these two. Big threat is the Ursaluna, obviously. That is the biggest damage dealer here. This guy can set up someone at Dave. I knew he would say something about me not bringing Arch. Alright, Choking Hazard and the chemicals under the sink coming out. I feel like that's gonna protect. I don't even need the Helping Hand. This is max defense, and it just straight up dies to Wave Crash. So I'm just gonna do that. And it's Terra Ghost. Wait, no, let me double check that. Oh, it's Fairy, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't resist water. That's one. Oh, it's faster than my Politoed. Wow. And it's Throat Spray. Good to know. That's really good. That's a great turn 1. Let's see, is this Intimidate? Yes, it is. Okay. I might need to preserve this guy. In fact, I think I will preserve this guy. Sack this. And then go for that. Preserve this guy for the Aqua Jet in the back. No! Because the Comfey's alive. I'll do this. Oh, it Terragrassed. Okay. My Basculegion is faster than Arcanine. That's really good to know. My Politoed is slower than it. Okay. Bring these two in. How does Conkeldurr do into Arcanine? Mach Punch does not kill. Helping Hand Mach Punch kills, though. What about max HP? Because it was slow. Throw a Helping Hand on. Yeah, that kills. Oh, I forgot about Floral Healing. Oh, is it banded? Hang on. That did 25 to my Florges. Crunch. It's banded. Okay, that's actually really good to know. This hard press should one-shot. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. Bit of a misplay, but I think we're okay. His crunch won't kill me. Yeah. Okay. A little bit sloppy there with the choice band, but we're good. We're good. We move. And then hard press. Move that he's probably never heard of. Colin hadn't heard of that move before. Oh, whoops. Okay. Leading those two again. Actually, do I do that? Yeah. Maybe I mix it up and bring Scissors. He did just straight up lead that and go for offense, though. I'll bring the same four. The Arcanine did make it dicey. I did not expect Arcanine. Knowing it's choice banded helps a lot, though. I'm actually very surprised that my Baskia Legion outsped Arcanine. Let's see what we see. Comfey and Arcanine. My thing. Oh, this is the wrong one. There we go. This guy into Arcanine. Alright, I definitely flip turn. I'll Weather Ball the Comfey. Yeah, he does have to Terra Grass. Let's get this guy in. Probably Crunch. Nice, good. Oh, the defense drop's actually pretty bad. Good chip. He's locked into Crunch. Gonna Moonblast and Weather Ball like that. Oh, that's a really good Moonblast. And that's a really good Weather Ball too. Okay, the Comfey does survive. Blood Moon guy comes in. Feel like it probably protects. How does he do into this? Grassnot does kill. He could Terra. What is it? Is it Ghost? Blood Moon Ursulina is Ghost. What do I lose if I... This is a tough turn. I don't want to split my damage. I think it definitely Terra Ghosts, though. Tailwind is bad, though. Actually, wait, is Double Protect? No. I'm gonna go for this. Oh, he already Terra'd. I'm stupid. I should have... That was not a hard play at all. There's a Throat Spray. It's dead. Arcanine's alive, but that's okay. I think I double the Comfey. Giga Drain does 29 to Politoed. Yeah, we're good. Actually, Rock Slide probably finishes both these off. How much did Giga Drain do to Baskia Legion? 42, which means Basculegion lives. Yeah. Okay, I survived that. This is probably Rock Slide. Oh, it's E-Speed. Okay, that's fine. Arcanine goes down. Oh, Comfey goes down. Yeah, same thing. So he went for E-Speed, and now I have Choking Hazard in the back, which he can't E-Speed. GG's, Bokos. And save the replay. And with that, week 2 comes to a close. Great games to Bokos. I definitely messed up, unfortunately. First of all, I messed up on the, I should have done a best of 3 thing, instead of what I did. I should have realized that the Arcanine had already Terra'd, and it wasn't actually that difficult of a thing with the Ursaluna there. A little bit of a misplay on my part, but still, great games. I did not prep for Mabostiff or Comfey, like, at all. So yeah, good games. Next week we will be playing the, let me pull it up, the Greenville Grievard, which is the Mouse Ape team with Arcanine and Flamigo. Very scary stuff. So, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then.